Alright, so we got some pretty cool stuff here today. A piece of memorabilia from eBay, cables from eBay, some Mindstorm stuff and motors, and then a Bricklink order from Jaabo, aka Bricktsar. So let's get all this opened up and see what we got. Alright, so I guess we'll go smallest to largest. So we got this little guy. This is... I didn't really even know what it was, but yeah, that's kind of cool. It's a Lego Apollo patch. It's just something I saw on eBay. I think they go for like 10, 15-ish shipped, and then I just happened to bid on one and get a decent deal. So I thought that'd be cool to have. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. So yeah, these first two will be pretty quick. And this is also eBay. This is 10 of the Power Functions extensions, and I've mentioned before they're a little Jesus. They're a little bit of a pain. They can be like they don't always stack together very well, but sometimes they do. But it's like $20 or something for 10 of them, so they work well enough for me. I'll cut them and make adapters, or just use them as extensions. But that's about the cheapest way I found to get them. I mean, I think you can get them from what's it called? AliExpress and those kind of places. I've never ordered from there. I mean, I guess it'd be an option. But the eBay list, they get here pretty quick, so it's not too bad. All right, this is Mercari. This is going to be some Mindstorms stuff. There's one item I'm mostly excited for. Okay, so alrighty. We have an RCX 1.0, which I'm looking at now. I don't know if you can see this. It's pushed up a little bit. Looks like, yeah, there's some kind of physical damage there. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. Oddly enough, this is one they actually took pictures of the battery compartment. And that's looking really good. I mean, that is just pristine right there. I don't know about that. Alright, so I came prepared. Okay, so looks good. I'll have to take that apart. What I can do is I probably got one that's way worse than this, and I can swap any of these parts that I need to. It's probably not even an issue. But I've always got the option. I also have a AC adapter. Yep, so that works too. No problems. I think this whole thing was about maybe $30 something. Not too bad. We've got a serial IR tower, which is my preferred tower. It actually does have a little bit of battery corrosion in there. Move my light a little bit, that ought to help. Yeah, so you can see there's a little bit of corrosion in there. I have several of these. I found these have a little bit better range, and they're just much more. They work with more things. This is why I bought it. Just this top and bottom plastic piece go for like $15 sometimes. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I came prepared. I've got a battery box and the cable. And if you're looking at this cable being like, man, that looks good for these wires tend to break down, I have videos on how to, this is a repaired wire. I have videos on that. You can see the wires that came with it. These don't look too bad, but it's turning white. These will eventually, the insulation will just flake right off. It was a fire resistant chemical that they were using that breaks down over time. All right. Moment of truth. Yeah, it works. That's awesome. Because I have one, maybe even two of these that are completely locked up. What I've heard is that inside here, the magnet breaks down and you get like this magnetic dust everywhere. And it eventually seizes up the motor. We got a couple more. This one's locked up solid. This one should be fine. Sweet. Well, we got all kind of stuff to test today. We've got the 9-volt dual lamp. One direction flashes, one direction solid on. We've got our serial cable for our tower. That's not Lego. Get it out of here. We don't need that. Yeah, some more wires. Again, all I'm going to use from these is the connectors on the end to make my own cables. Some fiber optic elements. A fiber optic. I think they just called it the fiber optic element. Oh yeah, we get an axle and everything. I don't know if you can, how well you can see that. Yeah, that's in great condition. And again, if you haven't seen this before, all these little guys slot in just like that. Pretty cool. Oddly enough, I've heard this element was like one reason Lego was really in trouble, because any set this came in, they didn't make a profit on because they weren't really doing the math, you know. All right, let me get all this out of the way, then we'll open Bricktsar's package. Okay, so here we go. And if you may have noticed, this is a back-to-back Bricktsar order because I just had one this previous Wednesday. I'll go through everything in here, and then I've got a little bit of an update just to kind of, for anyone who cares, who's like subscribed and wants to follow along with channel updates. I didn't want to make a channel update video. I just thought I'd squeeze it into one of these. That's why this unboxing is actually ahead, pushing this ahead of two other unboxings I've already done previously. So we got a lot of, that's basically all this order is. This is going to be really loud if I try to open these, but yeah, we got I think 50 2x6, 50 2x4 yellow, 100 2x4 black, it seemed like when I was filling out the order, this was going to be a lot more volume as far as like, I wasn't sure what kind of box it was going to fit in. But he shipped all this for like $8 or something. So great job. I appreciate that. The rest of it's basically just simple plates, 1x6 plates and 1x8s and 12s and blay and black, just because that's something I use a lot for Mindstorms and Technic builds, stuff like that. I got some transmission gearbox parts, and yeah, just more plates. So not a very interesting box, I'm sure. But what I did want to update is, I guess I knew this day was coming for a long time. I'm going to drop down to one video a week, basically. It's doing the kind of scripted tutorial videos, which I really like to do. I feel like it's a good contribution to the LEGO community. because I do all this for fun. That's it. For many, YouTube is a drag race to monetization, getting those thousands of subscribers. And then for me, at least, the harder metric, the 4,000 watch hours per month or something like that, whatever the time period is. It's a pretty high bar. But that's just not really my goal. Years ago, when I started the channel 4 years ago, I thought maybe I could turn this into a full-time thing. This would be one of the eggs in the basket. Between, I was doing a lot of Bricklink and eBay back then, and making some decent extra money, and basically just ended up with a bunch of extra Lego. But at this point, I'm doing good at work. Everything's fine there. They take good care of me. This is just a hobby, and I have to make sure I'm having fun with it, because it has gotten a little stressful sometimes. As I get more into the scripted videos, they take a lot of effort, a lot more than it seems like. Some videos I've done non-scripted, like I did the Power Functions Without Batteries video, and that was not that bad, because it was mostly unscripted, and it just flowed a little bit easier. When you do a scripted video, you start with nothing. You start with a blank project, and I'll write up a whole script. I'll record the voiceover, which is like an hour long at least audio file that I have to trim down to 10 minutes or whatever it ends up being. That's just how many outtakes it takes. I'm not good at reading scripts. So I'm trying to figure out what works best and what people respond to the best. Because I'm in that weird place where I don't care about going viral. That's not a good thing if you don't have a good catalog of videos on your channel already. If your first video is a hit, that's actually kind of a bad thing, or can be at least. But I do spend a lot of time researching the algorithm and looking into it, just because it's kind of interesting. But I'm not going to just simply make videos for the algorithm. I'm making videos for people like me who enjoy this stuff. So I hope you guys do. And again, dropping down to one video a week is going to give more quality at the expense of quantity, which that's a trade-off I'm always willing to make. That's fine with me. But it's been good. I have gained a lot of subscribers, which is a good thing always. A lot more comments. I've met a lot of people and just had those conversations and stuff. And that's what it's really all about for me. And I thoroughly appreciate it. So that's it. That's the update. This will give me a little more time to make the videos a little more polished, and give me some time to build some mocks and stuff. Like I've got way too many projects started that I haven't even hardly devoted any time to, because I just don't have it. I'm always thinking about the next video. I think this will be a good decision in the long run, and I always planned on this. I was doing 2 videos a week to teach the algorithm who I am, to let people know who I am, and then I'll kind of dial it in from there. But those first few months, it takes a little bit to get some traction, and I'm very much appreciative of anyone who has shared my videos. Brick Trains, I think twice already, has put it in the community page. A couple videos I've done. That is absolutely appreciated. So that's it. We'll see you guys next week instead of midway through the week. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.